So there's this song, it's Jesus, that's the name. It's like, if at first you don't succeed, then you should try again. Sometimes I know it is hard. Things like my life changed after Idols. Everything changed. And decisions that I make now are no longer decisions for the now. I need to plan for the future. So certain decisions that I make, I need to think thoroughly through with, okay, if I make this decision now, how is it going to affect my future? What do I want for my future? So you then find a good music in the music sense. Yes, you want to perform. Yes, you want to do things, but I did not want to go to Idols, Gabang.
Hi, Bo.
I remember the first time I actually went to Idols. I think I've said this a couple of times with him. This was my second time. It was more than enough. And the fact that I knew that God loved me so much that he put me in that space, it was more than enough. When people started loving me, I knew there were people who would love me, there were people who wouldn't love me. And not everyone loves you for the same reason that you think. Some people love you because, but hey, boyfriend, or hey, some people just love you because, hey, I'm going to shoot some friend. People have their own reasons, but I appreciate the love for whatever reason, or whatever cause. But yeah, I never sought people's love. I was comfortable in the love that I already had. But when people started loving me more, it was like, thank you, I love you back. But I'm very comfortable, even if you take your love away, I'm fine.
Hello, everybody. My name is Buluke, your favorite content creator and host, and this is Motivation Corner, the biggest podcast in the world. Yes, you are at the right place, and you are most welcome. If you are here for the first time, and anyway, where have you been? Like, why are you only coming now? Like, anyway, welcome, and please do the right thing. Subscribe, like, and comment, guys. Like, it helps. It helps us to know if we are giving you guys right information or you're enjoying our conversation. Just comment and like, and share with everybody who's in your life and be inspired today. And if you're a veterinarian, thank you. You are welcome and you are much appreciated. So guys, I'm sure and I bring you great people and great conversation. So today I was like, why don't I call our local talented man who's going to like grace us, who has graced us with his presence. Oh my God, but we are here. So guys, welcome to my guest and a superstar, Thabo Ndlovu.
Oh man.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. So good being here. Hello to everyone.
Hello. Yeah, so you are Thabo Ndlovu.
Yes.
Where does Thabo come from? Always we know, but just
yeah. As I was actually thinking about that question in the car, I was like, I've been saying I'm from Woodbank. I actually came from Epola.
Oh.
And then, yeah. That's why I went to Epola Nakona. They have a special place in my heart because my primary years I was in Pola, and then for the better part of my life I was in Woodbank. So yeah.
Oh, okay. But
yes.
Pola is still for Zanda Emalasheni municipality.
So
we are one.
We are one.
Just a break, icebreaker.
Sure.
Loiso, you choose one. Loiso or Amanda Black?
Loiso.
Oh, I love Loiso.
That man.
Kayam Tetwa or
Kayam Tetwa.
Karabo Bukhane?
Kayam Tetwa.
Oh, I love Karabo.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a big musician.
I've listened even before he blew up.
Yeah.
I once attended his brother's wedding. And he said, I thought they put in a
MP3.
Yeah, I thought it's a sample. That guy can sing.
Tone.
Yo, yeah.
Yo.
So you go with Kaya.
I still go with Kaya.
Okay. Who's that Kumalo girl? Kumalo or Madima?
Maramanji, you're not fair. Wait, Uzama?
Not Zama.
Which one?
The one who was big.
Kumalo. Winnie Kumalo.
Not Winnie. Winner Amsazi, which season?
Uzama.
No.
Isn't it the Idols?
It's idols, but Akusuza.
Akusukhumalo.
KZN.
Oh! Noma.
Yes.
Matema.
Matema.
Matema. Oh.
Okay.
If you're watching this, Matema.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, who is your favorite musician globally?
Globally, I must say it is. Oh my gosh, Maranang Faguta, it's best. Oh, like global. I don't think I have one, man, but I think if I can just select from the top of my head, it has to be Kimberell.
Kimberell.
Yes.
Yo. Like people who know music.
Yes, like
so as who like vibes, ne?
I'm
Beyonce, I'm Rihanna, you know.
Yeah, I want to put a ring on it.
I've noticed that most people who are really gifted musically, they choose such people. Like,
yeah.
What is it about them? What is about Kim?
I think for me, it's look, and I'm not bringing down anyone or anything. Everyone, each to his own. But for me, when I listen to music, it's more than just the song itself. It's how they treat things, how they approach things, how they treat certain words. You understand? So Kim does it for me. Like, oh my gosh. Oh.
Do you have any favorite song?
Yeah, there's this.
Like as we call them musicians.
Oh.
Yes,
so there's this song. It's Jesus. That's the name. It's like, if at first you don't succeed, then you should try again. Sometimes I know it is hard. Yeah, it's like, how can you take a word and then just unpack it so much?
Yo, wow, I've learned a lot. Yeah, no, okay. So you grew up in Witbank.
Yeah.
And when did you know this music thing corner? When were you made away?
I think
because people will say I started singing when I was 2 years old.
Yeah. I always say this, but I think when I was born, I just sang. Like I didn't cry. I just cried in notes. Because I can never tell you how far back. I think when my parents tell you, they will say, oh no, Magageza. You just sing. Up until primary, I was in Rhino Reef and the teacher said, no, do you know that your son can sing? He sings like randomly. Obviously, I wasn't conscious of the fact that I'm actually singing properly. I was just singing. So I can't date as to exactly when, but I know what he from birth.
Yeah. When. So you sang school choirs, church.
Yeah. Church has to be the biggest influence of my life. The person that you see here, sitting here, was largely inspired, if not entirely inspired by church.
Okay. Which church did you go to?
Which church didn't I go to?
I didn't go to Gateway. Why me?
Okay. Gateway, I can.
That's a new life.
Hey, okay, yeah. Okay. But yeah, I've gone to a lot of churches, Sotolaga Makudu, LCS, LTM, my father's church. I can name a couple of churches.
BK.
Yes, BK, Bishop's Kid.
Oh, at BK.
BK.
Yo, wow. Okay.
Through and through.
So did you sing when you were still young, when there was worship and extravaganza? I wanted to, but I think I was still too young and I was still too immature. Like the reasons were just bad. I wanted fame. So I was like, God was like, no, calm down, boy. I'm too talented for this, man.
Not even about that. It's just like, hey, your heart is in the wrong space.
Okay.
Yeah, so God was like, let's hold it off. Yeah.
Okay. So why did you decide to go to Idols? Okay.
I did not want to go to Idols, Gabang.
Hi, Bo.
I remember the first time I actually went to Idols, I think I've said this a couple of times with him. This was my second time. The first time I went, it was when Uzama Kumalo won.
Fellow with Banker.
I mean, we produced the best.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I went through. I didn't even see the judges. And the second time around, they announced which was the last season. I had a performance on that day. And my mother was like, Thabo, get out of your room and do something with your life. Because honestly, look, I was just doing music and there was nothing going on for me. But my mother was like, just try. You never know what might happen. Mm-hmm. So I remember it was just a quick thing. I touched the phone, I'm rushing to a gig. I'm like, no, bye, send. In my mind, I'm like, they're not going to take me, but just to please my mother and tell her. God knew.
It was ordained.
It was ordained.
And then what happened? Take us through, Pen.
Oh, so okay, fine. I get the SMS to say, hey, dude, you've actually been selected. They like your video, but they're gonna put it through to production. It's gonna go through production. So the space is before you actually meet the judges. Production is gonna be your video, and then after that, but I went through again. Now you're gonna go to the actual auditions themselves. Get to the actual auditions. There's thousands of people, and Manji, you could obviously like I mentioned, even before the interview, I'm one person, I respect people, respect people's crafts. I never underestimate people.
Yeah.
So when people went there and sang, I was like, hey, it could be anyone's game. So let me respect people, but if I get this far, at least I made it here. Went there, Thabo Nabo Margaret, the backup singers, because they were part of the panels. They're like, no, you could. Hey.
Now I'm going to Bosomis.
Now I'm going to Abosomis. Hey!
Uvalo.
And then mind you, I'm sitting with people. There was this girl. There was a previous competition that we both entered. She won and I didn't. I'm like, Yabona lo, and she's before me. If they listen to him, then they listen to me. They're like,
I'm done.
Standards pelili. Unfortunately, fortunately so, let me say that because things worked out much more better for her. She didn't go through, and I then went through. And then you started singing Thabo. Atula izingoma idols. Bambizuteli Riley.
Oh.
That's how it came about.
What was the experience though?
It was eye-opening. Very humbling and very eye-opening, I must be honest.
Yeah, what you guys then? I hear a lot of people who've been to idols. And they say you learn a lot there. You learn a lot about music industry. So how is it?
Look, before even going to idols, I had a bit of music background, but I think when it came to what idols then taught me is musically, yes, you are gifted, but learning how to maneuver emotions, because I'm a very emotional singer. There was even points in the competition where rehearsals would stop because Thabo Begakal of how deep I felt that specific song. But they told me, no, look, as much as you're putting emotions into that, directed in words. But the biggest thing I think that competition taught me up until this far, it was not even about music. It's about saying please and thank you. Everywhere you go, please and thank you will get you very far. Humility will get you very far. Because you are known by a certain amount of people, or you are seen as a celebrity to certain people, don't carry a big head. Live amongst people and be humble with people. Because the same God that put you in this space is the same God that might turn things around and put that person in that space. So you never know when a person's breakthrough will come. So respect them.
So obviously, St. Pumiloma group stages now, they voted you.
Yeah.
When did you realize what I'm loved?
I think I always knew, this sounds so cocky. I always knew I was loved. I never sought validation in people to know that I was loved. The fact that my parents loved me, it was more than enough. And the fact that I knew that God loved me so much that He put me in that space, it was more than enough. When people started loving me, I knew if there were people who would love me, there were people who wouldn't love me. And not everyone loves you for the same reason that you think. Some people love you because, but hey, boyfriend, hello. Or hey, some people just love you because, hey, I'm a winner, should be friend. People have their own reasons, but I appreciate the love for whatever reason, or whatever cause. But I never sought people's love. I was comfortable in the love that I already had. But when people started loving me more, it was like, thank you, I love you back. But I'm very comfortable, even if you take your love away, I'm fine.
But okay, I know I'm asking maybe kind of like a question. Did you see what I'm
Hey.
Competition, that guys like one.
Look, let me be honest.
I only know you.
Yeah.
Okay, that season.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it religiously because I probably problems I didn't have DSTV.
Yeah.
So I would catch up here and there with DSTV apps and all that.
Sure.
So I don't remember other contestants, to be honest, and I only remember you.
And I'm sitting here, so it's meant to be.
Yeah. So did you feel it though with competition, or you were still humble enough?
Look, like I said, I always view people differently. We all brought different things to the table.
Yeah.
As much as Mina, I would perform That's one thing I think that was my strength. I would perform a song wholeheartedly, but I could never compete with what a princess or Unkosi brought to the table. And you might not know what South Africa wants at the time. You might sing your heart out to roll on the floor, but South Africa just wants umuntu who's more chilled, more comfortable, So as much as I knew it's okay, Thabo, this is what you're bringing to the table, and this is what you can do, and this is what you might be struggling with, I never had a sense of it. I love and never shine.
Never had
I never. Maybe would see this is my advantage. I know, but I knew that they had their own advantage as well. Yeah.
Sorry. No, okay. I was thinking a lot of things. So I blanked out.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Okay. So you were humble and you knew your strength.
Sure.
But you were like that saying where somebody says I'm confident enough that there's no one like me, and also confident or graceful enough to know that I can be replaced. So you were like that.
Yes, definitely. My father told me that very quickly, even before Idols. See, anything in life, yes, you are good, but there's someone who's always better. There's definitely someone out there in the world who's always better, and you might be standing next to them. You might be, and if someone not necessarily which they might know their own potential, someone just needs that one spark, and they will overtake you very quickly. So it's always been a thing of which I am good. I know that I'm good. Even in my prayers, because even before Idols, I was at a point where I was going through, I think, a bit, I don't even want to throw this word, so let me not do it. But I was going through a very tough time. And I remember praying to God and saying, God, I cannot be this gifted and struggle so much. You cannot have promised me 1, 2, 3 yet. Yeah. I'm not living in that promise. Yeah. What are you trying to say? And the core of me was saying, if people don't see you in me as your ambassador, then who are they going to refer to? Yeah, so it's always been there. So I am good. Thank you, God. But what have you called me to? What is more to? There's more to this. There should be more. And yeah.
Wow. Okay. On the last day.
Yeah.
The finale. How are you feeling? When you're preparing. And then it's obviously the votes are done.
Yeah.
No matter how much I worry, I stress, the results are out there.
They are there. Yo.
How was it though?
As you even had a moment of what I experienced when I was on stage. I wanted to wait a lot of things coming to you and then you black out.
You also had that?
That exactly. I'm sitting here with a person who felt exactly, first person showing that this interview was meant to be. First person who felt like, that feeling of, okay, when you're preparing, obviously, like, I think Maso would top 3. They're just like, guys, at this point, people know who they are voting for. Yeah. You might not know. We know. But you might not know, and just do your best and just have fun. The competition is basically over. I think that's why even in the song selections, it was no longer as intense and whatnot. It was just referring to say things you've done in the past, but with the new songs. Because I remember being in the very simple song. But they were like, no, do what you need to do. When they said top 2, Princess McD. And the winner is I won't lie. They called out my name. What happened to you happened. I remember looking up, dog, and the first thing I saw was 1, 0, 6. Like, okay, I'm a millionaire. Okay. Like, okay, young kid, but then at the same time, then you come back and you're like, people actually voted for me and people actually brought me. And you're like, God, thank you. That's why every performance I did before I sang, after I sang, I used to publicly just say, thank God. Who were in the audience, they would tell you. And some of them, it became such a religious thing. About idols or people in the golden circle. Before I sang, I was voting at Sanders. And some of them would just stretch out their hand and we'd pray together and then I'd perform.
Wow,
like it became such a okay, that's where we are. Even when I won, I remember I was down and I said, thank you, God. And some people were like, thank you, God. So yeah.
So you won, now your life has changed.
Life has changed.
But do you feel like your life changed on that finale or it has been changing gradually.
It had
The
been.
progress of the
Yeah, look,
competition.
obviously we were exposed to the public over weeks. People then know you, discover you. Certain people have opinions about you, so things change. Views, people, how people view you change. You walk around and you find abantu. I remember there was this one time Hamban Envy, and this lady was like, "I can't believe you're real." She literally kissed my hand. She was like, "Are you for real? Are you real?" And then she was like, "Can I wash your shoes? Can I?" I was like, "Hi, sis, no." Like, nice, happy sana. And you then understand that there is change. You adapt to that change. But yeah, after that million, then things really changed. Clap again. After that announcement, things changed. Yeah.
For good.
Yes, for good. Good, bad, good. Yeah.
So you're saying publicly you used to write, thank you God.
Yeah.
Obviously there will be comments.
Yeah.
Did you read all the comments, good or bad? Did you have
Yes.
bad?
I had a lot. Ooh, Twitter when I catch you.
X. Now.
X now. That's why now we X yam. Yo. I used to and they used to say don't read them, but I'm like, guys, I want to connect with my audience. I want to comment when people say good things. If they don't, it's fine. I will laugh. But those things they will mess you up.
They break you. Real for real.
I remember there was this point where they were calling me the screamer of the competition. But all he does when he gets on that stage is scream. Yo, man, Twitter, guys, Twitter was bad. Twitter and Facebook. And yeah, it was just like, and for me, now, if people just made those comments, I was like, maybe this was the most prideful I've ever been. And I'm if that was wrong, I'm sorry. But I've always been like, but you're talking and I'm here and you're there.
Yeah.
I'm progressing in my life, and you're talking about a person who's progressing in their life. So I used to just laugh and be like, I'm about to the screaming it. I screamed myself to top 8, top 7.
Yeah.
And then up until I was like, the screamer won.
Yeah. So it's hard. Even the things that people write about celebrities, you do
yes,
understanding how they feel.
Yes,
it's not like that, because some people if they dedicate their time to really smash you on Twitter or Facebook, I'll even ask myself, how are they coping? It's not easy, eh?
It's not. That's why a lot of some idol contestants, very after idols, you're like away from social media, they disappear because that space, social media is bad.
Yeah, I saw one comment that you even have on your Instagram, like Casper Joves. What did he do to you?
Oh man, I asked in that comment I think it validated a lot of things.
So was it important that he said that? It
was, I think, not because I was expecting it, but simply because a person of that caliber could notice a small town boy was a Witbank and say that. And because obviously his opinion is very strong, obviously in the music industry. And for him to say that I was out of all people in that entire competition, 19 seasons later, that this man, go to my Instagram if you want, or go to his Twitter and his Facebook to see that comment.
Yeah.
But it was really special to say, man, you're on the right track.
Yeah.
Beyond this, you're on the right track.
Okay. So Idol is done. What are we doing? And also, I want to ask that question that you said a lot of people, when they are done with idols, they just want to stay away from the social media.
Yeah.
Is it the reason why some idol winners
disappear?
We don't know where they are. Like Luyolo, I don't know who's Luyolo. Like where's that white girl? I hope I'm not saying. Uberi.
Yeah.
Like we don't see them anywhere. So we always ask ourselves as the viewers, as consumers of your music, where are you? What is happening? Maybe do you know what makes you guys to not succeed as much as the runner-ups, as maybe the other top 5s and whoever?
I think, look, when you win a million, or when you win the competition, let me put it like that, and it changes your life drastically. After that day, everything that you thought you knew, you don't know. Now you need to start living a new life. Because one, even with, like, I'll break it down into 3 sections. With the competition, after you win, after that announcement, Idols is done. they no longer have any say, power, or anything over you. You're handed over to your record label, and they need to now manage you. They need to now make sure that they put you in the limelight. They need to make sure that they do their end of the thing. And if they don't, because you're contractually obligated to them, it's very hard for you to even break out of that. Yeah, well, so then you find then that the runner-ups are not contractually obligated to those things, so they are easily afforded the opportunities to do what they want. Yeah, well, on their own. And obviously then AMA record labels know it's when an idol winner wins, they get signed to a certain label, so they can't approach them as much as they want to. They can't approach them. With runner-ups, they can go to a record label and say, look, I'm this person, I've done this and this and this, let's work. And because they know they went so far and they want this thing to work, they work hard. Whereas with a winner, you can try to push this and this, but if the record label says no, you can't do anything about it. Yeah, but
so for every performance, it has to go through the record.
Yes, everything.
Even if you had built your own network.
Yes, and I think maybe that's where the record labels, or like, I'm not even just putting it, I'm not, bad mouthing record labels, but that's where they get it wrong, or we get it wrong. They don't necessarily study the artist in idols. They just see the artist after idols, and they don't know the heart. Yes, it's business.
Just business.
Yes.
Like, okay, we got this South Africa lab, we're just gonna capitalize on this.
Yes.
And then they forget the market.
Yes, I understand. And more especially because I was even thinking about this morning, Guti. Obviously, when you're on idols, you're exposed to different genres, and every idol has a song that made them stand out from the rest. And if you then look at what they do after that and that particular performance, it's two different things. Yeah, but because the record labels is just about sales. We need to get sales. Whereas the artist is about, I need to capture the hearts of the people that voted for me and maintain that heart posture when I sing to them. Yeah. So that's where the gray line then comes in.
So what is your type of music? As you mentioned that maybe there is a certain genre that you're into, and then the record label wants to put you in what they think can sell, not what you like love, what is in your heart. What is your genre?
So when JR asked me this, it was such a tricky question. Because I told him, look, I'm a gospel artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I give me gospel, I will give you God.
Yeah.
And not even in a prideful manner, because I know that when I pray and talk about God, He is present. Yeah. So that's easy for me. But artistically, I had not yet found my voice. Okay. And it was very difficult for them because they want to then look at the competition, but Thabo was very versatile. You give him this, he does it. You give him this, he does it.
Yeah.
So now we have to now find where is he good at. And I think we had found it with the recent song that I released which is Good with Afro Traction. They put me and that man together, and it was like water and I don't know, water and ice. It was the same thing. Yeah, we gelled. So I think Afro pop in the secular space, but gospel as Lalilab.
But are you planning to have a gospel?
Yes. Oh, I want to. Y'all know that I want to. They know. Like it's tricky, man. It's tricky. It's not that they don't want me to record. It's not that they don't have, or the record label that says, no, you're not going to record it. There's obviously certain things that they want to establish in the secular space before I do that. But I definitely want to, even this year.
You want to?
Yeah, I want to record a gospel song.
You have a written song? So
Yes. I actually have a gospel song that's out, Upageni, but it was like a long time.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So what are you? Are you both a singer and a writer, composer?
Yeah, I would say so, but more of a performer. I haven't written in such a long time. It's bad. Actually, I need to go back to my pen game, Buffett. It is bad.
What have you been busy with so now that you didn't have time? Because I believe this is your life.
Yeah.
It's your life.
Yeah. I think it's readjusting. Honestly speaking, it's readjusting to different things. Like my life changed after Idols. Everything changed. And decisions that I make now are no longer decisions for the now. I need to plan for the future. So certain decisions that I make, I need to think thoroughly through with, okay, if I make this decision now, how is it going to affect my future? What do I want for my future? So you then find out music in the music sense. Yes, you want to perform. Yes, you want to do things, but planning for the future, man.
You can't just get into a studio with whoever. You need
Yes.
to look into the
Yes.
contracts and everything.
Yes. How does that look like in future?
Oh, how
Yes.
will that benefit me?
Yes.
Not just because I've got
Yeah,
let me sing and
Yeah.
go for it. So
Yeah.
there's a lot to deliberate on.
There is a lot.
Like there is a lot because someone is out there, they just wanna sing and it can be easy for them to be like, okay, let's sing now. And then later on they find okay, the singing was good, but it didn't benefit me.
That's the thing. Yeah, but not for me. When I won, the first thing I knew, and this was something my parents even instilled in me from a very long time, invest in assets. And when I then wanted to invest in that, I knew it's okay, music is good, music is nice, I love singing, but I cannot be singing my whole life. I want to take time and even take a step back eventually. Even if it's in the next 5 years, I want to be able to take a step back and still be able to make an income, and still be able to plan out my life for myself, my kid or my kids, my spouse, whatever the case may be. So hence why I think Nakona, that's why some idols even disappear for those reasons. You're given $1 million, it changes your life. You want to make sure that you don't plan for the now, but for the future. And in that space of us finding ourselves in that regard, it's like, okay, and then what? And then what? But you're like, man, life is more than music. Yeah.
So what are you saying to an upcoming who's still looking for the record label? What are you saying to them? What must they look out for?
One, I'd suggest that build your brand outside of the record label, first and foremost. And I'm not saying this with relations to what I'm going through or anything of that nature. It's really not in relations to that. But build yourself and build such a strong brand that when you go to the record label, you tell them who you are, not the other way around. Because it's very easy for them to do that.
They can profile you.
Yes, and say, oh no, we like you there. We want to see you as I'm a piano artist. And whereas you're not that. But when you come to them and say, look, I've got this fan base. Yes, I've got this following. Yes.
This is some of my music.
This is my music. Yes, you understand. So you've branded yourself around that and you're comfortable with what you're bringing to the table. And don't even compromise. When they say we can't work with this, that means they're not for you. They're not for you. Then just move on to the next. Knock on each and every door, but work. Something will happen. Something definitely.
Yeah, you did mention that are you still under the record label?
Yes.
Even now?
Yes.
Are they fine with us talking now?
Oh no, they are. They are.
You can do your interviews.
Yeah, I can do interviews. It's just things that like recording. I just need to inform them to say, hey, I'm recording with so, because obviously there's royalty splits and they need to get a certain portion. We need to get a certain portion. Isn't danger. But with podcasts or interviews or let's do it.
How long is the contract?
I can't say. Look, it's better than the previous contracts. That much I can say. My contract is the best. If you see those previous contracts, you understand why.
Yeah.
They turned out the way.
So you are okay with it.
I'm okay. Obviously, there's certain things I would have done differently, but nothing bad. It's nothing major. Yeah.
It's something that can still work on.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So how do you stay motivated to sing, to create music, and all that?
That is such a question. I think for me it's a manner of Uguti. Steve Harvey said this Uguti, when you dreams and you see things not like Boniswa, but when you envision your life in 10 years and you see yourself living in that house, you see yourself having that family, that is a glimpse of what God has intended for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well.
What God shows.
Yes.
This is you.
This is where I want you to go. And so how I keep motivated is with God, I'm not there yet, but I can see that you're taking me there. And sometimes I go through those days where things are not like they are just bad. But then God just reminds me with, hey boy, I took you from your bedroom, Ekamareni, last year when you were going through your own thing. And I then put you in front of the world. and I put you in your own space. You're sitting here, you're concerned about the next thing, but you're forgetting where I've taken you. So if I can take you from here to there in a space of a year, how much more in 5 years? How much more in 10 years? So trust me. That journey for me is like, it's fine. Whatever I'm going through, God will fix it.
It's powerful, eh? Because within a year, you were known by the whole of South Africa.
Yes.
So how much more can go?
How much more? Exactly. In 5 years.
In 5 years. Do that in a matter of months.
Exactly.
Because how long is the competition? It's 2 months or
it's 3.
3 months.
3.
And you became known.
Exactly. Wow. That shows you how quickly. And there's a scripture that says, the years that the locust has eaten, God will bring back, and He will multiply it. And you then see that when God does, isn't it none? And I think sometimes what we fail to do is recognize God even in the small things. The fact that we're sitting here, you understand, there's a person on the show, and unfortunately, because of the cold, but we're sitting here and we are experiencing warmth, lights, cameras. We take that for granted. And when you don't acknowledge God for that, it's like, I always think of God as a father. To say, yabona baba khoma kenzela something, or as a parent, when you do something for your child and they acknowledge you, to say thank you. You're like, hi man, you've done this child. And then you do more because you love seeing a smile on your kid. And when we don't do that to God, like, I'm giving you this, even if it's just breathing, thank me because I want to bless you with more, but you need to acknowledge me. So that keeps me motivated. So
so this takes us to a question where, like, who is Thabo outside of music? What are the principles that you need when we can establish that you're a child of God? What makes Thabo be Thabo? What makes
Thabo be Thabo is humility. I'm very humble. I don't look down on people, but like I don't even think my journey this far up until this point, I cannot find myself outside of God. You understand? As much as, yes, you just mentioned it, but everything and the essence of who I am is centered around God. You know, everything that I strive for, everything that I do, and yes, I have my own mistakes. And yes, sometimes I lash out even on social media. The last being lash out about something that happened. And people are like, oh, we've never seen you so mad. But I had to call myself back to say, hey, not the time, not the space. But the essence of who I am is Thabo, who's humble, who's kind, funny, crazy, very introverted at times. But I just love people.
I don't know why I must start. But then also I wanted to say, I can tell that he's very humble, guys, and very, very welcoming. Can you imagine me with a podcast of 1,000 something people, and I asked him, like, I called him to a man on how he answers the call. He's very welcoming, and and then as time goes on, I'm like, maybe he'll show his true colors. I once invited someone, and I told him that I haven't made money yet, and therefore I cannot finance some of it. And he told me they can't. Officially, I still understand, but I was expecting, like, hey, do you know who I am? I'm the recent and the last idol winner, and one that will always be remembered because you closed. So you are really a very humble person, and you are very, very welcoming, and I appreciate that about you.
Thank you.
What are you working on currently, or do you have an album now?
I have a single that just came out. Can I say an EP might be coming out? Yeah, an EP might be coming out. Or another single might be coming out, between the two. But something's definitely... I've recorded too many songs. I have cooked. Now I need to serve and serve and serve. I've been...
So you have an EP coming and another single on the way.
Between the two. I'm not sure which way you call an EP, because they have their own structure.
It's not
it's not my department. They decide.
Oh, okay. Okay, Thabo, is there anything that you would like to say? To the people?
Be kind. Be kind to people, regardless of status. Never regard people who you feel are bigger than life as better than, So be kind to everyone. Hello everyone, you're sitting here with Thabo Ndlovu, and I'm the season 19 of Idols winner. What?
Yeah.
I'm the season 19 idol winner. And if you're watching this video, do make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button. Follow us on all social platforms. Trust me, this is your corner and you need to subscribe because when you want to support, we support. So 3K, here we are.